Life is like a highway, full of twists and turns. Sometimes we find ourselves switching lanes, moving fast toward new opportunities.
Hello, strong hearts. Welcome back to JusMe TT. Hoping that everybody is well and blessed and doing good. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and got to spend time with family. family. Sit back, relax, enjoy the day. We're at Friday. Today is Friday, so I'm hoping everybody's looking forward to some further rest and relaxation. A lot of y'all had 4-day weekends, maybe longer, but wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you are making the best of it. And I'm glad to be here back in the building with you all. I missed you, Strong Hearts. And please, when you come in, hit the like button, share the live if you can, pass the news along that I have a channel over here, and share my link out. And I want to welcome all the new subscribers, all the returning subscribers. I am fully blessed to have you all in support of me. Um, so salute to Dragon, first one in the building. Good to see you, Dragon. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So today, you guys, we're going to be talking about empaths. I'm touching on the topics of mental health and what goes along with it. It's a lot of different tiers to discuss and go over. Um, we have entered into a season of winter, fall and winter. So the days are shorter. It's getting darker earlier. The holidays are upon us. And this is a season where a lot of stress and depression comes into play in the people's lives. Why? Because you're spending more money. It's colder. You're not out getting enough fresh air, possibly. So we just need to be mindful and take in consideration of our mindset, how to heal and regroup, as well as being strong, being able to be strong for others as much as we're strong for ourselves. So that's the topic, guys. I did touch on narcissism in my previous live, and I'm going to come back and revisit that topic because I didn't feel like I was fully there with you guys engaged. I was low vibrational that day. I can admit that I wasn't my best self, so I didn't really have the energy to even do the live, but I wanted to get the content out there. So I hope that I shared plenty of resources for you all to go and look up on your own, reflect back on, because you may be in the presence of a narcissist and not even realize it. So these are things that are important to discuss. We're all about healing and manifestation of positivity over here. So please keep that in mind. Things I talk about are very personal to me, things that I've personally gone through. And I just want to give back and share what I know to you guys and hope that I can feed off of some energy that you guys may give to me. So again, thank you all for being present for these topics. So starting off, a lot of people don't even know what empaths are. And if you can recognize in yourself of being an empath, then you probably can relate to what the true definition is. I myself consider myself to be an empath. An empath is someone who is highly attuned to the feelings and emotions of others. They can sense subtle emotional shifts and understand unspoken feelings. They can take on the feelings of others, sometimes without realizing it. They may experience sensitivity to sounds, smells, and sensations. They may have difficulty setting boundaries between themselves and others. They may dread or avoid conflict. They may feel like they don't fit in. While the term empath is not an official psychological term, please take note there is some science behind it. And research does show that humans have mirror neurons that allow us to mirror others' emotions. Empaths may have more mirror neurons than non empaths. The oxytocin, which is OTXR gene, is an oxytocin receptor gene, and it is associated with empathy and love. Brain regions associated with emotional processing have more activity in empaths than non empaths. There are different theories about whether being an empath is more nature or nurture. Nature, being an empath, is part of your genetic makeup. Nurture is environmental, and environmental influences such as childhood experiences, upbringing, and societal norms shape empaths. So, what does that say about yourself? Do you have any identifications connected to being an empath. An empath is a strong emotion to carry, and it can sometimes be burdensome. Why? Because we do take on the emotions of others. I am the type of person that if I see someone crying, I'll start crying, and it's heavy. Okay, and I am usually drawn towards other empaths, but I also attract a lot of narcissists. So there are many pros and cons to being an empath. Um, and why I like to feel like I'm connected to the universe, it's a lot to take on at times. I can be overloaded, and it does mentally and physically drain me. Um, Setting boundaries is a very big one. I tend to be the type of person who struggle with telling others no. Okay, that's hard because a lot of people need to be told no, especially if it's not for the better good of them or myself. So I'm working on that, and over the years I've learned that I have to set boundaries. Okay, now that I'm a little bit older, I have learned that I cannot fully give my energy to other people because they're energy suckers. Okay, so that's a big one. um Spirituality can help in a lot of this, okay? Because some people, those trials and tribulations that have been set forth in their life, they are meant to go through them. So we can't save everybody, okay? So that's an important thing to remember. Avoiding conflict is another thing that empaths tend to stand away from, because it's tiring. Conflict brings trauma, and normally empath, the reason why a person develops into an empath is because they've experienced a lot of trauma in their past. In particular, they may have gone through it in their childhood. So when we hold on to things from our childhood, we're already carrying a lot of weight, a big burden on us. Okay, and our spirits tend to bounce and reflect off of what we've gone through. Okay, you can usually tell an empath by the tone in which they speak, the conversations that they have. Empaths are very intellectual, very deep. And so when an empath, you can feel the pain coming up off of an empath. Um, and so conflicts just tend to be too stressful, way too stressful. And sometimes we are able to avoid them, and sometimes we're not. Before I continue on, you guys, I am going to drop the link just in case anybody comes in and wants to join me on the panel and partake in the conversation. I don't plan to be here very long, guys, but I'm going to push as much of this information out as I can. But I would love if anybody came up and joined me. You guys are more than welcome to. Salute Jamal. Welcome back to JusMe TT. So I found a site on Instagram, and the site is called Realize Empath, and there is some good information on here. Um, about codependency, how to set boundaries, how to realize your worth, how to stand in your truth. Just because you're an empath, that does not mean you're a pushover. That does not mean that you're weak. That does not mean that somebody can just come in or should be able to come in and take advantage of you. So this is a good site to go and visit, you guys. Her name is Kristen Schwartz, and she has an MA in counseling. Okay, and she sets the tone in counseling empaths. Okay, so you guys go ahead, if you're an empath and you want more information on the qualities that you possess emotionally, you go ahead and check out that site. Let's do some reading. As an empath, I'm grateful for silence when I'm concentrating, subtle scents, soothing sounds, soft fabrics and clothing, nature, mountains, water, space to make a decision, time to prepare, downtime between big tasks, smaller gatherings, deep conversations. So empaths tend to be a little introverted, guys, okay? Empaths like their space. Empaths like to be subtle and subdued in their thoughts, and we like to process things on our own. A lot of noise, a lot of chaotic conversations going on around us. It frustrates us, okay? So that's one of the things that I noticed about myself. I do not like big crowds. I am not a concert goer. I wouldn't go to a boxing match. Even in the movie theater, right? I don't like to be around people. I find the little space where it's not too many people gathered up sitting around each other, and that's where I am, off in the back alone, or if I'm accompanying with someone to the movies, that's where I'm at. I don't like to be, I can be a bit antisocial, okay? I like the comfort of my own home. Okay, I like to be in control of what's going on and my surrounding in my environment. So that's what I did learn about myself and doing a lot of research on empathy. Um, do I think it's worse since COVID? Jamal asked. Jamal, I don't. I think a lot of people have probably taken on introverted personas since COVID because we were made to do it, and a lot of people like myself wasn't bothered by it at all. At all. I was not affected. Did I partake more in social media? Probably a little bit more, because there wasn't no interacting with the outside world at that time. But I was also going through a major health issue during COVID. So, and it wasn't COVID that I was dealing with. Y'all know I have a heart condition. So I don't know. I think that it was a catch 22 for some people. Had to calm down and settle down, and they had to find their niche. They were made to. But either way it go, if you're an empath, you're an empath. You've been that way. So I don't think it affected much people. Too many people that were empathic. Silence is important to empaths because, like I said, sounds affect us. A lot of noise affects us. Um, we do like our downtime. We want to be in control of what we allow to go on in our lives. Jamal said my social anxiety is out of hand since COVID, shaking my head. And I can see that. A lot of people are attending to the same emotion, Jamal, and can relate to that because you've been secluded, right? And you are normally the outgoer, the one that the life of the party, or the person that can mingle in and be comfortable, and then that was broken, and then you have to find your position again. So I can understand that a lot of people have the same complaint that you do. There are ways to curb the anxiety, Jamal. Breathing techniques, meditation, prayer. Okay. And I know you said before you read a lot of books. So just find a way to curb the anxiety. It's there. Okay. Empaths are highly sensitive. Okay. And can avoid social media because posting yourself is exposing. I don't post myself on here, if y'all notice that. You'll never see a bunch of pictures of TT on floating on my community wall or up here on the screen. I'm not arrogant in that way. Okay. I feel like what you know about me is what you need to know. That you can never know too much unless I'm telling you. Delaying. We tend to delay. I have to pull myself up here and do these lives. I'm always trying to contemplate, oh gosh, what can I say and do to get out of doing this live? Okay. But I agreed to be a content creator. So I am, sticking to what I should be doing, no matter how I feel. Holding back your personal story to avoid feeling vulnerable. We do tend to be a little guarded with our own personal stories. Okay. Saying no. Again, speaking opportunities because the spotlight feels intimidating. Yeah, we don't want the spotlight on us. Empaths do not like that. So if you notice, if you come across an empath, they'll change the subject and they'll make it about you. Well, tell me about you. I don't want to talk about me. I'm here to listen, okay? Empaths are very good listeners, okay? We may not always want to engage in the listening, but we will because we're empaths, okay? We put our needs and feelings and emotions aside for the next person. So if you know an empath, if you're an empath yourself, that's probably relatable. We don't want to promote services because we fear rejection and criticism. And I know in life you have to deal with rejection and criticism. Those are learning tools. But empaths tend to want to shy away from it because, like, I already feel that way about myself. I don't need to hear how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So, those are some other key points when it comes to being an empath. Codependency is a big one. If you're upset, I'm uncomfortable. I can't relax until you're okay. We are a stickler in trying to figure out why somebody feels the way they feel, getting down to the bottom of it and trying to correct it. And these things may not always be correctable because they are the other person's emotions, and that wasn't for us to take on. Okay, so being an empath is not always a positive thing. Okay, because sometimes we can come off as being a bit too much nosy, a bit too much concerned and consumed with somebody else's business. Okay, the best thing to do is say, I'll be here when they come to me. I'm not going to go pry and make them open up to me if that's not what they want. Okay, let's see. As an empath, we tend to struggle with overwhelm, energy claims, setting boundaries, emotional overload, saying no, taking on pain, self doubt, overstimulation, and letting go. We tend to stay stuck in toxic relationships, okay? Even if it's draining us from the last little bit of energy that we have to give, we are still there. We're still staying stuck there until we can't take it no more. And I don't know when the rock bottom is for an empath. Okay. Sometimes we have to endure a lot of pain and a lot of negativity and a lot of rejection before we wake up and say, it's time to go. Okay. I tend to feel like staying stuck in toxic relationships is a result of wanting to see the better good in a person, wanting to see potential. So now what I say to myself is, it's not my duty to see the potential. The person has to see it in themselves. And you can always find out if a person knows their potential just by having a deep conversation with them. If that's something that they're going to avoid having a conversation with you about, they're not ready to face that. Okay. Um, and that's when it's probably time to pull back a little bit. Self doubt, we have to stop self doubting ourselves as empaths because we can reach our full potential. Empaths are highly intellectual and educated. And overstimulation, that's another thing. Can't get overstimulated. You have to breathe through some things and take your time. Pull back when it's necessary. Sometimes we avoid healing because we believe letting go of the pain means the other person gets away with it. So what does that mean for you guys? Nobody's a winner in a traumatic situation through toxicity. Somebody has to let go and heal. Salute Perk, welcome back to JusMe TT. Somebody has to be let go and decide that it's time to heal. And you can seek this through therapy. There's always help and resources out there that can guide you through healing, through your healing process. And it does not look the same for everybody. Okay. Trust me, I had to go and seek some therapy when I left out of a relationship because I had just taken on so much of that burden. Okay. And I don't know how that other person perceived the loss, but I internalized it and it was difficult. Other people's funky energy, okay, cannot be the basis of your survival because people are going to be who they are. It is not up to you to change them. It is up for them to change themselves. So you have to just go roll with the punches in some situations when it comes to other people. And I know that we want to be the helpmate in every situation that we possibly can, but everybody's trauma is not ours to take on. Everybody has to do their own work, their own shadow work, their own healing process. Everybody has to figure out what it is they need to do to be more productive in human nature. Okay? Empaths can feel unspoken words, the anxious energy of the news, violent content, the misaligned energy of false words, the energy behind the text, the healing vibe of nature, the swirling dense energy of a crowded room, the energy under the small talk. Did y'all catch that? Empaths can feel. We can feel highly sensitive. We are highly sensitive. And that's why sometimes it gets so suffocating in friendships and in relationships. Um, I remember I had some things going on, and my best friend is an empath like me. And I went over her house and I was just venting. And she was like, "Girl, I can feel all that in my neck." And I just looked at her. She was like, "I really can feel all of your negative energy coming up off of you. And it's like sending pain signals through my body." That's deep. And I never looked at it like that. But I had to go deeper into my own research on this. And I had to figure out, dang, like, that's true. My back will start hurting, y'all. If somebody's around me negative, I will have to listen. I got to go sit down. Go in another room because I can't take it. And they're looking at you crazy. No, for real. Your energy, all of that's on you that you're displaying is coming off of you and it's manifesting in me. Okay? Women empaths remind me of the girl. What girl, Jamal? Yeah, women are can be highly empath. How you say it? Empathetic. Men are empaths too, but I'm telling you, we eternalize stuff severely. That's why I like to just be quiet. When somebody just needs to get something out, I'm letting them get it out, but I have to be very careful, what I internalize because that energy shift is serious. He said women empaths remind me of the girl from Five Element. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen Five Element, but women empaths do tend to pick up on a lot of people's energy. When you enter a crowded room as an empath, you just read the room. Okay? You got to figure out where you fitting in. Salute, Leg, and welcome back to JusMe TT. Good to see you, love. With Bruce Willis. Okay. I may have seen a snippet of that and fell asleep on it, Jamal. I ain't going to lie to you. I am one of the ones. I'll start watching a movie and I will go to sleep. That's why I don't really go to the movie theater because I'm going to waste the money. I'm going to be up in there and I'm going to be asleep within 15 minutes of the movie starting. Especially if they got them reclining chairs, them comfortable reclining chairs. Yeah, your girl's not going to be no good to the movie, okay? But going back to being in crowded spaces and stuff. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's like, ooh, who's in here? You don't and I'm for real in this day and age, and because we going through a lot in the world, you got to be a little guarded with your emotions and who you sharing energy with. That energy pool can be something that, you don't want to be bringing them bad energies into your home. Okay. And I'm not the one to sit around and be saging every damn thing because somebody got their bad energy on me. Right. I'm just a little guarded. Okay. I am comfortable dealing with who I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I don't want to venture out and meet nobody new. That's where I'm at in life. If I do, that's a blessing. Okay. But I'm not purposely going to do it. Because you just don't never know about people. Empaths are super observant people. And we're always ahead of the game. They may not speak up much, but they notice everything. Changes in behavior, body language, forge kindness. And when someone's energy is off, we going to pick up on it. We tend to pick up on the little things most people miss. So there's a good and bad of that. Because you can't fully engage and be this outgoing, sociable person when you are reading the room like that. You know what I'm saying? Or when you're in a one-on-one situation with somebody and their energy is off and then you get, it's just because, listen, I I don't hold back from letting you know I don't like your energy. That's not something that I'm able to keep to myself. I'm not quiet about that. So I can be highly disrespectful and letting you know you're effed up. It ain't me. It's definitely you, and you need to get that in check. And that could create a fight. You see what I'm saying? So if your body language changes, shifts, um, if you just feel fake, if you coming off fake, we gotta talk. Like, I don't think we meant to mesh well around each other. You should go your way, I should go mine. I am quick to cut somebody off. You know what I'm saying? But I also give a lot of chances too, because again, I am the type that once I see the potential in somebody, and I hold on to them, because I don't, especially if they're the ones that's like, everybody gave up on me. You see what I'm saying? I have nobody. Me being the empath, I feel like that's my assignment. I'm gonna help you work on you. Okay. Empathy can be used against the person. So you do have to set the boundaries. We talked about boundaries, so that's a big one to remember. Y'all may hear Bubby barking at something. It's a ghost or something, because there'll be nobody there. As an empath, you have to justify your needs and put them first, meaning taking time for yourself, setting the boundaries, saying no without guilt, prioritizing your mental health, seeking solitude when needed, and protecting your energy. So those are some good ones. When people hold a strong core belief and encounter evidence that contradicts it, they experience an uncomfortable feeling, leading them to rationalize, ignore, or deny the new information to protect their core belief. So, as an empath, we do know what our core beliefs are. We're very headstrong in our beliefs. And when somebody threatens our beliefs, we get highly offensive. Okay? So, you want to start an argument with an empath? Try to challenge their belief system. Legan said, TT dog see spirits. I heard that, Legan. I did hear that. And I was like, I'm creeped out. And then somebody said that if an animal, oh, y'all see Bubby up here on the avatar. I talk about Bubby sometimes. But somebody told me if a dog or a cat doesn't like a person, okay, there's some bad energy, or there's a bad spirit on that person. Bubby tends to go to everybody, y'all. Like, me and him have a conflict about that. That is a friendly dog. Maybe because it's a terrier in him. I don't know. But I can't. Bubby be like hopping on people, and they be like, "Oh, get your dog. Do we bite?" and stuff like that. Bubby is like highly lovable and affectionate. So maybe that's why me and him, that's my road dog, literally. I can't shake him sometimes. Let's see. Oh, and you guys, when I'm done with the live, please head over. Perp will be going live at 8 p.m. at Vino Entertainment TV. Please make sure you're subbed over there and you're sharing her out if you got a channel, because she's got some really good content, and we want to make sure that we uplift her, because she's doing the damn thing over there. She is highly effective in springing out this information on celebrity news, world topics, gun violence, domestic violence, things of that nature. So please make sure y'all tune in to her at 8 p.m. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. Okay? As a highly sensitive person, empaths resist deep feelings, seeking ways to feel less. Instead, they embrace who they are and learn how to channel these powerful feelings to benefit both themselves and the world. So, world topics do matter to an empath. Um, we eternalize those things. Okay. After the election, I was drained. Maybe because we were debating, maybe because we were having those highly sensitive conversations, and we were bringing up topics that made us have to reflect on ourselves and our belief systems. I don't know. But I was drained. I was really drained. And that's why I let the kids come up here and talk a little bit about what was going on, because I didn't want to engage anymore. I checked out. but they were still talking about it. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna let them get their feelings and their emotions out about it. But yeah, I was drained, y'all, and I'm still getting over that. I'm still recovering from being drained from the whole political topic. That's why they say I don't get into politics and religion discussions and stuff like that. Well, for me, it's not because I don't want to or feel like I'm not gonna be able to win a debate. It's just because I get drained. Okay, so there's certain things that I don't even want to partake in. With empaths, that we have to trust our body. It does reveal what our mind conceals. If something feels off, trust that feeling. Don't force a yes when your body screams no. Self respect includes listening to what your body is telling you. Hope you feel better, Leggin. Yes, a lot of people sick. A lot. Listen, I had relatives come back from off a cruise, and all of them had the flu. So y'all bundle up out there. Even if the weather feels like it's too warm for this jacket, wear it anyway. And in some cases, still wear a mask because the flu virus and stuff is going around bad. And there's new strains. Okay, that take your vitamin C, your zinc, drink plenty water. Okay, because you don't want to be carrying around an infection or flu or anything like that. The weather is crazy and very much bipolar. I put Christmas lights up. I'm not going back into the spring. I ain't no shorts and sandals for me. And I see people walking around in shorts and sandals. And I'm like, damn, but we about to hit Christmas. So we can't be doing that. So y'all bundle up out there. Okay. Why do empaths tend to believe they're powerless over their emotion? Because they're conditioned to prioritize others over themselves. Sometimes being unaware of their own gift. Once again, that big one, fear of rejection, lack of boundaries, and having overwhelming emotions. So, as an empath, we go through a lot mentally and emotionally. Hello, Sarah. Welcome back to JusMe TT. Good to see you. She said 1 minute is 70, the next is 30. Right, Leggin? It's crazy. But we actually have the full 4 seasons here. So, when fall comes and the leaves change and the time goes back, we can expect some cold weather. We had snow flurries the other day. Okay, and people like, damn, it's only November. We ain't seeing snow. In Ohio, you will see some snow as early as November, as early as October for real. But that's our cool down time. That's when the weather is really getting cooler. By November, we can see snow. Okay, don't ever try to lie to an empath because we can pick up on a lie real quick. We're highly intuitive, multisensory, spiritually attuned, acutely observant, need a long time to recharge. That's a big one. Please remember that if you're friends or in a relationship with an empath, they may come off, dang, they don't want to be bothered with me. They must be mad at me. They don't like me. That's not it. Empaths like their alone time. Empaths like that solitude. Okay, because we're highly in tune with energy, and so we have to take time to come back to our own, bring our own energy back to where it needs to be, because we take on everybody else's stuff. And I'm quick to tell somebody, don't come over here with that, somebody going through what they're going through. I can't handle that right now. You understand what I'm saying? So we need our alone time. We feel everything to the highest degree easily. We easily overwhelm if we're not grounded. So we do need time to come back and recharge and regroup, get our thoughts together, get our energy in check, and then we're good as gold. We're back to I'm ready to help the world, right? And we're very good at trying to figure things out and come down to a solution in solving a world issue or the next person's issue. She said, girl, they are predicting it here Sunday here in Georgia. Are you in Georgia, Leggin? I think Leggin is in Georgia. And you're getting snow tomorrow? Yeah, y'all another state that gets snow, and I'm y'all know how to drive in it. I got some relatives in Georgia, and they like, girl, we was just on the road, came back, had a snowstorm. Some places are not used to snow, and when not, and there's people that's like, I'm not driving in that. because it's foreign to them. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all be careful. If y'all get some snow, get y'all 4-wheel drive. I have to have a 4-wheel drive vehicle because I will slip and slide in a heartbeat. I drive regular in the snow. I'm not a cautious driver, so I'm like, shit, I don't care. I gotta get somewhere. So that's why I have to have the 4-wheel drive, and I can go anywhere. That black ice though, that's why I gotta be careful. Sunday flurries. Shoot, I didn't. Right. So yeah, if you driving, if you got a vehicle, got your insurance, get your insurance on the vehicle, insure yourself in the vehicle, and just be a cautious driver. Don't be like TT out here thinking I'm Speedy Gonzalez and it's black ice all over the road. My husband does. We have a 4-wheel drive, right? I keep a 4-wheel drive vehicle. I learned the hard way. I slid out in the middle of traffic and I thought I was gonna die. So I said, ever since then, nah, I need these tires to rotate in the snow, and I'm cool. And I'm also not afraid of driving in the rain. I don't drive at night that much though, because I don't have the best eyesight. If it's snowing, I ain't going. Right, Jamal? And the snow can be intimidating. So a lot of people will not drive in it. But if you have to, you just absolutely have to. Y'all be cautious. Are you guys an overthinker? I tend to be. Our minds overthink to guard us, making things personal to make sense of everything. It's our brain's way of connecting events to our ego. Recognizing this can lead to peace and clear thinking. So sometimes I have to pull back on my own thinking. Driving at TT, I don't blame you, Legging. Sometimes I have to pull back in my own thinking because it can get too much. It can be too much. It can get too overwhelming. If I'm overthinking about something, then it's too heavy on me. So I gotta slow my brain down. And there's nothing wrong with that. As we get older, we will learn how to deal with and juggle and handle our own perceptions. He said Texas folk can't drive in snow, sleet, and rain. Yeah, I mean, I think it's everywhere. Everybody has their own caution level, and you're confident before you leave the house, but when you get out there and you looking at it, you kind of like, why did I come out here? And it's all this doing all this. I'm gonna tell y'all what I hate, and I don't know if y'all experience this. We get hail here. We get hail. That is intimidating. When that stuff is beating down on your windshield, oh, the sound of it, all of that. It is literally shaking my truck before. I will not drive in no hailstorm. Salute Monet. Welcome back to JusMe TT. Says good to see you. TT in chat. Yep. And the healthcare. Oh, my healthcare provider says otherwise. TT. What's that, Legging? Not to drive in it. My kids and husband drive. Yeah. See, my mom had cataract surgery on both eyes. So I had to do a lot of the driving when she had that surgery. And now I'm accustomed to driving her around. And so it feels weird when she's in the driver's seat driving. Because I be thinking she going to crash us. Like, Mama, can you see that? Yes, I can see that. I had the damn surgery. So it's funny to me, being in the car with somebody else is driving. Because I'm a aggressive. Like, I can be in the passenger seat and I want to drive for you. If that makes any sense. That don't make no sense for real. Like, let that person drive. They know what they doing. They got the driver's license, right? Shut up and just enjoy the ride. But y'all funny. I gotta be for real about this. The weather's changing. We are about to be heading into getting snow and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't want anybody to be in a wreck or have anything happen to them while driving. So y'all please be careful. Wear your seatbelts and everything. Yes, we do. All right. Yes, even though you sense others' emotions as an empath, you need to maintain that energetic boundary. Holding space for someone's grief or pain doesn't mean carrying it. Be understanding and caring without absorbing their struggles. Balancing compassion with self-preservation ensures your empathy enriches, not depletes. Care deeply while guarding your energy. You ever been? Let me tell y'all a little personal story. I attended a funeral as a relative passed away over the summer. And even though there's a lot of family there I hadn't seen in many, many years, I didn't recognize a lot of the faces because they're older, I'm older. It was a weird atmosphere for it to be a funeral. And family members tend to conflict a lot when somebody passes on. Okay. So, okay, Sarah. So when I walked in the room, I was immediately like, something something that went on. Somebody is having a issue with somebody else in the room. But I don't want, I tend to want to mind my business, right? But come to find out, two of the siblings of my uncle, my foster uncle that passed, were at conflict with each other. Don't know why. I still don't know why. Okay. And I'm not on Facebook. But what I heard was they were having a war back and forth on Facebook, and it had something to do with money and who was something going on with a will. I don't know. Okay. But I tend to say when somebody passes on, celebrate the life of that person. What happened in the past, who didn't get what, who ain't getting it, that stuff don't matter. We tend to hone in on the little petty things and we miss the objective of the big major issue. You understand what I'm saying? And even though this is family, I can't engage. I'm not the type to jump in nobody else's conflict because I don't want your conflict. I could be having my own conflict within myself. So I don't want to take on your issues. You know what I'm saying? But I love my relatives and I was there for them and I hugged them, and I sent my condolences to all of them because they're all sharing in the same grief. But the conflict I can do without. But I felt it, y'all. When I tell you I walked in that funeral, the energy was thick in there. Thick in there. And I was disturbed. I was highly disturbed. And then never mind, they had burial all the way probably about an hour and a half away from where the service was. So we had to drive, y'all. We had to do some driving just to put my uncle in the ground. But he's resting peacefully. He's in a better place. And that's where my mindset is with the whole thing. Sarah said, yes, TT, I'm going through it now. Well, I'm going to be praying for you, Sarah. I'm going to be praying for you. So, y'all. Oh, and Jamal, you had a message. I haven't talked to Jamal, but you did have a message. Somebody wants to speak to you. So, please get with Monet or Miss Scott or one of them behind the scenes so they can give you that message properly, okay? And we talking about, this was about, 2 months ago? They wanted to give Jamal a message. And I feel it's an important message. So please try to reach out to them so they can get that message to you. Okay, 5 things you might do as an empath that will actually weaken self-trust. Keeping the peace, over-identifying, explaining your feelings, blending in, pretending you don't feel deeply. Yep, Monet, you forgot about that. I wanted to remind, because I seen you speak, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to tell them about the message. I don't want to be the one to give them the message. I want them to get it from you guys. So, we try to keep the peace, okay, and explain our feelings. Sometimes we get jumbled up in the way this comes out. A Black Friday deal, y'all, just came on my phone. Are y'all out shopping for Black Friday? If you are, I wanted to share some tips with y'all. We're going to get back in the empath conversation, but keep your purses and your wallets secure on you, okay? There's a lot of thirsty folks out here, broke, snatching people's wallets and stuff, so be careful. Go with somebody. Don't go by yourself. These stores are crowded, and you just want to be safe while you're out there shopping, okay? If you can, try to do your shopping online and avoid these crowded stores. But if you absolutely do have to go out, make sure that you're not, carrying big bags and you're not walking into a garage by yourself. And I don't go to the mall. I don't go to the mall at all. I haven't been to the mall in years. Everything in the damn mall look like it's overpriced anyway. So you ain't gonna catch TT spending up all her little money on this shit in the mall that ain't worth nothing. You in ATL and traffic was horrible. I believe it. Well, you drive safe, Monea, and I hope you're not traveling alone. So yeah, y'all be careful out here at these Black Friday sales and going into these Walmarts and these shopping malls and these stores and stuff. Y'all be careful. But empaths do feel deeply. We do. Highly empathetic, highly sensitive. So we feel. For empaths who've endured trauma, the holidays often mean heightened vigilance. You might instinctively brace for what's next, planning for safety. This holiday, everybody is wished rest and serenity, a time to lower your guard and breathe in peace. May you May you find true safety, embracing calm and tranquility amidst the festive chaos. So it gets wild during the holidays. And if you're out there shopping and you're around your family, if you just highly connected socially, you know, guard your feelings. As an empath who avoids negative energy, I miss out on deepened empathy, personal growth, resilience, building authentic connections, greater appreciation, learning opportunities, and having an empowered voice. Again, we're going off of more cons on being an empath than we are pros. Okay, but this is good stuff to know because you may be going through this and you just absolutely do not know why. Like, dang, why is it that every time I meet somebody, I can't get that deep connection with that person that I want? You understand? Is it because you're too highly empathetic and you can't reach them emotionally? I don't know. That takes time and that takes some figuring out to do, but it's definitely worth it. But we're at a point in time in life where things are going on all over the world, and I'm sure that we're all feeling the wrath of some of the things that's going on. So we just need to stay connected and keep uplifting each other, keep praying for each other. That's the message outside of the chaos. She said, girl, nah, I'm online shopping, sis TT. Me too, Leggin. And I only got a couple little things to buy this year. I'm not going all out. My daughter's 14. She ain't asking for a lot. But it's going to be bought online, and she knows that. Please be safe, sisters. Yes, everybody please be safe. Be safe, Monea. Yep. So y'all keep Monet and her family lifted up in traveling mercy, prayer, because this is a rough time for travelers too. Everybody trying to get to where they got to get, but everybody ain't out for the right reasons. As this year winds down, guys, we find ourselves amidst the holiday bustle. It's a crucial time for those of us who are highly sensitive to remember the power of our voices. So you see something being done wrong to the next person, don't be afraid to speak out against it. Don't be afraid to use your voice at all. Your body feels at ease around the right people. Trust that feeling. So these are just some good tips. These are good tips for everybody, but it's specialized for empaths. During the holidays, it's okay to embrace joy, welcome quiet moments, drive separately, leave early, go to bed when required, choose smaller gatherings, prioritize self-care, decline invitations, own your feelings. Yes, everybody be safe, please. All right. Empaths thrive in relationships with honest talks about everything. Fair give and take of energy, clear boundaries, time alone to recharge, more listening, less fixing. So I'm willing to listen, but I don't want to fix your problem. I can offer my advice, but if you don't seem to perceive my advice, then I'm going to hold back on giving it to you. And you're going to hear dead end on the other side of that phone. That's how that's going to go. Being accepted as they are, space to the side and change. So creating those boundaries again. Let's get into a quick video, you guys. And again, I'm not going to be up here long. Perp will be live in about an hour. So I want everybody to make sure y'all head on over there and engage with her after this.
There's a lot of anger and aggression swirling around the world these days. Whether it's in politics, race, religion, people tend to build walls to block out anyone they disagree with. Then they lob grenades over those walls, hoping the other side will either give in or go away. But that never solves anything. We should be tearing down these divides to enable conversations that lead to greater understanding, compromise, and real progress. Somehow, we must come to understand that no one perspective is the perspective. When we strive to see through the eyes of others, especially those we disagree with, we drive out hatred and bring in compassion. This is referred to as empathy, and it's something our world is sorely lacking. This empathy deficit doesn't bode well for our collective health and well-being, because a world without empathy breeds feelings of isolation, depression, and resentment, which only increases conflict. So, what can we do? Well, maybe we can't change the world, but we can change how we see the world. Here are a few things to try. 1. Just be curious. It might be hard at first, but try talking with people outside your usual circles so you can encounter perspectives different from your own. 2. When you do approach new people, challenge any preconceptions you may have by searching for things you have in common, rather than only identifying with what divides you. Behind every label is a person. 3. Simply try smiling more. You'll find it to be contagious, and it can even make you appear more approachable, leading to more socialization and feelings of connectedness. 4. Most importantly, pass it on. Model empathy by helping kids to be more considerate of other people's thoughts and feelings. Compassion breeds compassion.
All right, y'all. So even if you're not a natural born empathist, you can embrace becoming one or taking on the characteristics of one, because being a little bit more understanding of the needs and emotions of someone else can help you throughout life, make your life a little bit easier. And again, I'm not saying not to have those boundaries. Those boundaries are your safe space, and everybody needs to have those safe spaces. I think when you're transitioning from being a people pleaser to someone with more boundaries in life, it's weird, because it's hard to tell if you're being mean or if you're just listening to your own feelings because you're so used to only thinking about others. So again, there's always a shift in life. Sometimes it happens when we reach a certain age and we mature a little bit, become older. Those things are going to happen naturally. We're going to build boundaries, especially if we've been hurt in the past. So that's okay. And again, like I said, there's always somebody to talk to, whether that be your friend, your neighbor, your best friend, your mother, your father, your sibling. There's always somebody willing to listen. Sometimes people are busy though, and they'll say, hold on, let me get back to you. I want to make sure that I'm fully engaged. That's okay. Keep a journal. Write those thoughts and emotions down. Come back and revisit them after you feel a little bit better. Don't get caught up in the negative, because just because you feel that way right now doesn't mean you're going to feel that way tomorrow or next week or next month. Okay? So I hope that makes sense to everybody. Self-care is important. It is in setting boundaries. Connect with your spirit. Develop a spiritual practice. Learn to recognize and trust your intuition. So turn your phones off sometimes and disconnect. Self-care is the most important thing, especially in the trying times that we have. You don't feel and look up to par on the inside and the outside, you're not going to be able to go out here and contribute anything positive to the world. You got to take care of yourself first. I don't care what's going on in the world around you and how chaotic it's getting, because it's going to be that way. These are just the times that we're living in. So that's why I'm highly effective in connecting more deeply on a spiritual level for me. That's what works for me. It may not work for you, but that's what's working for TT. and meditating and taking the time to be in the quiet and not taking on everything else that's going on around me. Because it may not be meant for me. And even though I can engage and I can hear it and I can listen to it, doesn't mean that I have to even give an input on it. Okay? So definitely learn to disconnect sometimes. It does not mean you're selfish. All right, let's go take a look at the comments. She said, my grand's wanting electronics, and my daughter is a gamer, and my other kids is a fashionista. Okay. Into makeup, and my son is not picky. He'll be happy with anything you give him. He's a gamer too. Okay. I always can appreciate a kid that isn't picky. Baby daughter is a gamer. My daughter's a gamer too. Monet, hit me up. TT or Tori can tell you how, but if it's months ago, it's obviously not that important. Laugh out loud. Yep, Monet, get with Jamal on the back end. You all have a wonderful night, guys. Good night, Leggin, and thank you for visiting us over here at JusMe TT. It was always good to have you over. So, yeah, don't get overwhelmed with the holidays, you guys. Spending money. I mean, these kids grow up so quick and they get so, bored with the shit they got. All right? And you be like, I spent all that money and you don't even play with that. Don't even be concerned about it. Because they live in the moment. Kids do that. They get older, they're not interested anymore. So figure out what it is they like, And kids, listen, one thing I've learned, they'll never get bored of stuff like stenciling and things like that. I bought Lily like a whole bunch of those, what you call those? They're not crayons. Color pencils, art supply stuff. Because she's a stenciler. I mean, she's really good at art, like freehand. Y'all help me out. I call it stenciling, but that's probably not what it's called. And she probably kicked my chair if she was down here and hearing me say stenciling. But she sketches, okay? That's the word. She sketches. And I bought her a lot of art supplies. And I bought her some tie-dye stuff where she can make her own tie-dye shirts and clothing and stuff like that. And she's into that stuff. So even if, let's say we get hit with another pandemic, God forbid, and I'm not wishing that on us, but let's say we were to, it would always be something here for her to do and engage in. Because that TV, that phone, those games ain't always the best way to go. And I have to censor a lot of what she's listening to anyway. Because she's on TikTok. So, but she's listening to like world news stuff. And I'm like, nah, turn it off. You don't need to give it a break, So as moms and dads, we got to just be careful about what these kids are listening to and engaging in. All right. So was there anything else that I wanted to bring up when I wanted to speak on empaths? Again, you guys go visit Realize Empath on IG. Okay. She's got a lot of good information and a lot of good resources over there. And I've just been enjoying her information as she's putting out. She's got some videos and everything visual over there. And so it's been helping. It really has. Because I often sit back and ask myself, well, why do you think the way you think? Why do you do the things you do? Why do you react to, the things that matter to you like this? So if you don't know, you better be finding out. You better be doing your own research because the information is out there. One last thought before we head out. This is a letter to empaths. Be brave enough to have those tough conversations. You may run from these types of conversations because it triggers something in you. But having tough conversations actually gives you the conviction to stand up for yourself. Yes, your heart will race. Yes, you may even begin to tremble. Yes, your voice may get shaky, but these are all signs that your nervous system is regulating. So go through it. What will happen in the end is that your nervous system will begin to adjust, and over an extended time of your healthy repeated behaviors. You no longer feel strange when speaking up, so give yourself the gift of being an advocate for your own self. The self-sabotage has to stop. Okay? So that's a letter to all empaths. That's something to take with you when you leave here this evening. keep prayer first. Put God above all other things, okay? Because he's going to lay out the path in which we should follow. So that's the message for the evening. I'm going to take us out with one last song. I want to thank everybody again for being in the building. And I want to thank all the new subscribers, all the returning subscribers. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for all the likes and shares. And please make sure you're subscribed to everyone else in the Switching Lanes sector. That would be me, Shank, Perp, Miss Parker, and Tommy with the Still Swinging podcast. Okay? So make sure you guys are over there and you're subscribed to them. Make sure that you're sharing out as well, and also going in the chats and involving yourself with the conversations and the topics that are near and dear to us all. Okay? So everybody enjoy the rest of their weekend. Be safe, bundle up, be careful, wash your hands, and drink plenty of water. I don't know what else to say when it comes to these tips, because you guys know that you all are smart, very smart group of people. Okay? And I appreciate you all. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and head out.
I guess for now you've got the last laugh.
I'm sorry if I seem uninterested, or I'm not listening, or I'm indifferent. Truly, I ain't got no business here, but since my friends are here, I just came to kick it. But really, I would rather be at home all by myself, not in this room with people who don't even care about my well-being. I don't dance, don't ask, I don't need a boyfriend, so you can't go back. Please enjoy your party, I'll be here somewhere in the corner under clouds of marijuana with this boy who's hollering I can hardly hear. Over this music I don't listen to, and I don't wanna get with you, so tell my friends that I'll be over here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh, I ask myself what am I doing here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, and I can't wait till we can break up out of here. Me if I seem a little unimpressed with this, an antisocial pessimist, but usually I don't mess with this, and I know you mean only the best, and your intentions aren't to bother me, but honestly I'd rather be somewhere with my people. We can kick it and just listen to some music with the message like we usually do, and we'll discuss our big dreams, how we plan to take over the planet. So pardon my manners, I hope you'll understand that I'll be here, not there in the kitchen with the girl who's always gossiping about her friends. Oh, tell them I'll be here right next to the boy who's throwing up cause he can't take what's in his cup no more. Oh God, why am I here? movie with my beanie low. Yo, I